Hi Tom, how are you?
I'm really well, thank you, Myra. How are you?
Good, it's so good to see you again. Well,
Likewise.
I saw you in December.
How were your holidays? All good?
Yeah,
Lovely.
really good. How was yours?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Really good. I had a good time. It was nice to take a little break from the sort of press tour world, and obviously we're back at it again with Uncharted, so it's
Yeah.
nice to be back. And I'm excited to hear what you thought.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the film.
Oh, thank you.
And there was so much energy in the film, and I would say, for you, how do you feel when you see that script and you see, oh God, I have to do all these stunts and this will really require a lot of me physically? What goes through your head?
It's interesting, it's equally as exciting as it is daunting. You read the sequence and the young kid in me sees that on the page and goes, wow, that's a sequence I would love to have been a part of when I was a young kid. But then the sort of older kid in me that understands how these sequences are made realizes that it's going to be a huge amount of work. But I was really excited to sort of take on this character, to tackle these fight scenes and these action sequences. And, I'm so proud of the movie and everyone involved. So I think it's going to be really special.
Yeah, that's for sure. So you're used to being a very, physical actor.
Sure.
Even when you started with Billy Elliot, how would you say you've changed since you did roles like Billy Elliot? Did you have any fear of these kind of real, high energy roles?
It's interesting, as time goes on, I have, been doing stunt sequences and things have gone wrong. I've been doing fight scenes and I took a shotgun to the face once, which has sort of added an element of fear to all of these action sequences. But, we work really hard to make things look dangerous while then being safe.
Yeah.
My two stunt doubles are fantastic at sort of designing these sequences to make me feel comfortable while looking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of fun. And, I probably am not as gung-ho as I was when I was a 12-year-old. We were flipping off pianos and doing backflips off walls as kids, and I'm not as keen to do that anymore. But no, I still do where I can.
Yeah. What is the best advice that Mark Wahlberg gave to you?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a piece of advice he explicitly told me, but I am someone who typically doesn't ask for advice. I like to sit back and watch and observe. And Mark Wahlberg has an incredible work ethic. He is someone who is constantly grinding to do more. Whether that's in his performance as Sully or in his sort of entrepreneurial lifestyle.
Yeah.
He's got his fingers in so many different pies and he's constantly on the phone, working with different people, which I admire. So that is probably something I'd learned from him.
In your career, which actors would you say do you really admire that you think, oh God, I hope one day I'm really like him or her?
Wow, it's a great question. I think, I've always really admired Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he is an actor who is really able to sort of transform into other characters. Obviously, the likes of Meryl Streep and DiCaprio, I think are fantastic. I think Mads Mikkelsen is one of the best actors in the business. I think he has an incredible presence on screen. So I loved working with him, and I have loved, being a fan of his work. So there are loads of people that I would love the opportunity to work with.
Yeah. Looking, back in your whole career, what would you say to the Tom that was, dancing in the West End back when you were 11, 12 years old? What was going through his head?
I don't know. I think I've always been quite a good person for living in the moment and not really dwelling on the past or the future. I have been so incredibly lucky with where my career has, gone. So, you know, I reckon if I had the ability to go back in time, I wouldn't say anything to my younger self, but I would just watch myself, you know, do what I was doing at the time, and, you know, enjoy the time to reminisce some of my childhood.
Yeah. And what would you say that you are most proud of, whether that is in your career or personally, so far in what you have, so far in your life?
I think for me, the obvious thing for me it would be the Brothers Trust. You know, the Brothers Trust is something that I set up with my family. You know, it's, you know, been something that means a lot to us. You know, we met you through the Brothers Trust, and I've really enjoyed sitting down and interviewing with you. You know, my mum and my brothers and I, my dad, we've been to, you know, visit all of the charities that we support, and we've seen the work and that these charities do at first hand and the differences that they make. So it's been really rewarding. It's been a really nice way of sort of galvanizing people around the world, creating this sense of solidarity to make a difference. So I'm really chuffed with the Brothers Trust.
Yeah, it's incredible work
Thank
you
you.
guys do, and it makes such an impact. And a lot of these charities wouldn't even be known if it wasn't for how you've used your platform in such a incredible way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again for your time, and well, I can't wait to see you again.
We'll do
Soon.
it again. We'll have a press tour soon, I'm
Definitely.
sure. Amazing. Thank you, Myra.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.